Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, classmates. My topic is all about mobility, diversity, and community in the global city. In today's era of globalization, the world can be considered borderless and possibilities are seemingly endless, as evidenced by the fact that capital, information, and production can be moved across national boundaries seamlessly, where the concept of global city plays a vital role to understand the spatial patterns of globalization. This discussion serves to impart a more solid understanding about the concept of a global city, the relationship of mobility and diversity, and identify its effects in the community of the Alpha City. Leading urban theorist, the global world and sociologist Saskia Sassen popularized the term global city as early as 1984. Based on Global Power City Index of Japanese Mori Foundation 2019, the global power of cities is measured by a combination of 6 criteria. First is economy. So yon, dito nakabase yung dami ng corporation o trabaho. Pag madaming trabaho, mas mataas ang ekonomiya katulad ng National Capital Region o sa Metro Manila. Matatawag silang Alpha City dahil yung trabaho nila nandyan lang. Dahil nga maraming trabaho, mas mataas ang kanilang economy. Next is research and development. Sa isang Alpha City, kailangan ng research development. Kaya ang NCR, nandyan yung mga research center like Department of Science and Technology, University of the Philippines, kasi yun yung mga partnership nila to make an innovation at mga research ng paano mapaganda ang sistema ng Metro Manila, ng NCR, kung paano makontrol ang traffic, ang pollution, yun yung innovation o research na tinatawag. Next is cultural interaction. Sabi sa book, ang Alpha City daw, ito yung mga taga-ibang province na mas pinipiling magtigil sa mga city dahil nandun yung trabaho at dun sila mas kikita. So dahil nagkakaroon ng cultural interaction, iba't iba ang nakakasalamuhan natin. May nakakasama tayong ibang religion, may Muslim, may Chinese. So isa yun sa mga essential kasi dun nade-develop yung interaction as well as the economic reform. Next is livability. Siyempre, yung sa mga Alpha City na yan, dahil nga may trabaho at mataas ang rate sa hanap buhay, mas pinipili nila na doon na lang magstay dahil nga sa taas ng rates ay mas malaki ang may-earn nila na income. Next is environment and accessibility. Masasabi natin na safe yung environment, syempre yung security at safetyness ng mga tao. Kung kaya bang ma-access ng isang tao yung iba't ibang services ng city na to. For example, bank, healthcare, telecommunication, yan yung mga pasok sa accessibility kung maaabot ba ng mga tao. Kasi isa yan sa essential na characteristics ng isang Alpha City. As stated by colleague Pasker 2010, the highly educated are the most fruitless section of the population because they take more control and autonomy in their workplace, understands their working life as a career, whereas lower skilled service workers often move just by necessity. Dito naman, yung highly educated ay may freedom sila sa trabaho nila. Kaya nila i-handle ang oras nila kasi sa isang career lang sila nagpo-focus, while the lower skilled workers ay paiba-iba yung trabaho nila, hindi lang iisa dahil na din sa pangangailangan nila. Some cities are also considered as global merely because of its good living condition. So yun, some cities ay kinoconsider na din na global dahil din sa ayos ng pamumuhay nila. May magagandang trabaho, may maayos na kita at may maayos na economy. There are a number of reasons why one would leave the country and move to a big city, and according to Hasi 2018, 3 of the top reasons are job, education, and lifestyle. Sa job, dahil syempre pag nasa Pilipinas ka, madaming mga Pilipino yung ang ginugustong magtrabaho sa ibang bansa. Dahil nga, syempre, malaki yung salary doon. Pwedeng madoble o matriple ang sahod mo pag doon ka nagtrabaho. Next, education. Sa Pilipinas ay maganda din yung klase ng pagtuturo. Pero alam naman natin na pag sa ibang bansa ay mas advanced ang learning skills nila. Kaya madami din ang gusto dun na mag-aral. Sa lifestyle, halimbawa na lang, taga-province ka, syempre ang kinasanayan mo dun ay ibang-iba sa Maynila. Dahil sa Manila, mararanasan mga iba't ibang gawain. Gaya na manood ng sine sa mga lalaking malls, makatikim ng masasarap na food sa restaurants. Better job market. Economic opportunities in a global city attracts talents from different countries. Employment mobility has been markedly increasing since the early 1970s. As stated by colleague Pasker 2010, the highly educated are the most fruitless section of the population. So yun, mas nagpo-focus sila sa mga highly educated na employee dahil mas mataas at mas maalam sa trabaho. educational opportunities. All cities worthy of the Global City title are nowadays also magnets for international students because most of the major colleges, universities are located in or near a big cities. So, yun. Ito naman, mas ginugusto nilang mag-aral sa malalaking universities dahil mas madami silang matututunan at malalaking opportunities ang pwede nilang makuha once na matapos sila. Pwedeng makahanap agad sila ng working place, trabaho. Lifestyle. Many move to a big city to taste, feel, see, and experience different melting pots of things, such as foods, activities, and movies, from places that they have never imagined. So, yun, once nakapunta ka sa big cities, hindi mo maiiwasang makakain na masasarap, makakain sa mga restaurant at sa mga kilalang kainan. And syempre, pwede ka pang makapuntang mall para manood ng movies and do other stops. And syempre, mapupuntahan mo ang ibang lugar na nasa malalaking syudad lang makikita. A cultural diversity is when population differences are well represented within a community. This includes race, ethnicity, age, ability, language, nationality, socioeconomic status, gender, religion, or sexual orientation. So yon, it says that different people from certain areas are able to move particularly sa malalaking cities. May mga Tagalog, Bisaya, Intsek at Muslim sa Manila. According sa kanila, mas malaki ang opportunity ang meron sa Manila. Moreover, Colleague Basker 2018 classified global cities as home to a diverse and visible set of protagonists of the urban lifestyle. B. Interplay of mobility and diversity. Mobility and migration have contributed to the richness and diversity of cultures, ethnicities, and races in developed countries, particularly in global cities. Colleague Basker 2018 described cultural diversity as a key marker of the global city and as a consequence of human mobility and migration is usually detected on the surface as a cosmopolitan feel. So, yun, kasi diba sa trabaho, hindi lang naman pwedeng ang mga kasama mo nga lang ay Tagalog o taga-Calabarzon lang. Siyempre, meron ding ibang lahi like Intsik at Muslim. Kaya essential yung diversity para makabuo ka ng maayos na pagsasamahan at maayos na trabaho. Relationship of internet, hyperconnectedness, and mobility to the global city. Malaki ang naitutulong ng internet sa global city dahil dito mas madaming trabaho ang natatapos at mas napapadaling makilala ang iba't ibang products na nais ibenta. So mas lalaki ang economy. The effects of mobility and diversity in the global city. Global city can be a dream but also a nightmare according to Colleague Basker 2018. Kasi syempre, pag nasa malaking cities ka, matutupad mo yung pinapangarap mo, pero hindi ganun kadali. Kasi madami ka pang barriers na madadaanan bago mo matupad ang lahat ng iyon. The effects of mobility and diversity in the global city. Global cities are hubs of innovation, creativity, and productivity and are the creators of new trends and fashions, but are also concentrations of demand and social ills of all kinds. So yun, dulot ng globalization, different areas are going to cities to access those innovations. Alam naman natin na nasa malalaking cities ginagawa ang usong mga brands, yung mga products, pero isa din ito sa nagiging dahilan ng social issues. Dahil na rin sa iba't ibang brand ng products, madalang nagkakaproblema kung ano ba yung dapat bilhin nila. Urban life and especially life in a large metropolises has been celebrated as the pinnacle of civilization, but is also deplored and decried as harmful, polluting, ruthless, stressful, and unnatural, alienating people from the natural setting and from each other. So yon, dahil nga sa malaking syudad, madaming pwedeng mangyari. Pwede ka mapahamak. Kasi syempre dito madaming yung krimen na nangyayari. Pwede ka manakawan. Kaya yung iba nagtitiis na lang sa province, pero yung iba sumusubok pa din dahil nga sa malaking opportunities na meron sa malalaking syudad. Effects of crowds and mental overstimulation on the individual. So, wide crowds ay magkakakas ng suffocation. Mahirapan ka din kumilos at maghanap ng trabaho. Dahil minsan, paunahan lang yan. Yung iba, highly educated ang hinahire kasi nga, madami silang alam at sa malalaking university sila nag-aaral. 4. Global cities are no longer experienced as landscape of production but as landscapes of consumption. Dahil dito, hindi na natin iniisip yung halaga ng products. Mas nagpo-focus ka sa itsura kaysa sa halaga. Mas inuuna ang wants kaysa sa needs. Global cities that attract large population intakes have high real estate prices and as a consequence of population's growth, suffer falling housing affordability. So yun, pag naka-access na yung tao, yung economy lumalago. Kasi nga binibili yung products, they are willing to access those services. Kahit na mahal. Diversity represents potential for the successful merging of cultures and ideas. However, it can mean a potential for fracturing social cohesion and social capital. Yun nga, yung mga pera pumaspasok sa global cities na yon. Yung ekonomiya mas lumalago pa kasi nga tinatangkilik ng mga tao yung products nila. Thank you guys.